right, good morning, man. It's Wednesday morning, and boy, I love this. No traffic. Hell yeah. Okay, y'all, so it's 7:25 in the morning, and we are pulling out, man. So we got, well, got about $900 on here, $800 and some change, something like that, on the list today. Pretty good bit to do. And well, yesterday, a couple things about yesterday's video I kind of wanted to tighten up. I'm sorry I didn't put no music with that, man. I didn't realize that until after I had already posted the video. Excuse me. But a couple things that went on yesterday that I couldn't get to because there was so much mumbo jumbo on my video as far as, you know, me, you know, about the trailer and all. So what we ended up doing yesterday was first thing we had to do was get the weight off that trailer. So what I did is I took the mower off of that trailer and I took it over to down the road about 5 miles from there, 8 miles from there. I took it and dropped it on the $1 Million Street, at one of the jobs we'll be doing on the $1 Million Street today, to get the mower off of that trailer. We had to get the mower off of that trailer. So yeah, so you got to be thinking like that. When things like that happen, first thing you got to do, to me, is you got to protect your equipment. You got to make sure that nothing can happen to it. You know, because at that point I did not know it that if I was going to haul it, try to take that trailer home myself, or have a wrecker. There was a minute there that I thought I was going to have to take it home myself, because I was not going to pay, you know, $260 or $80 or whatever. I got a couple of quotes. Ended up getting it towed for $150 cash. So, you know, well, Ray, man, that's you just being cheap, man. You didn't want to pay that man's price and all that. Yeah, it was about that. Oh, yeah, you're right. But it was really a lot about how long we're gonna have to wait on them to come get it, because it becomes about your time. And then yesterday I threw in the other, you know, other little wrench in the plan by having to do my taxes. So I know a lot of you guys have said, a couple guys have mentioned, you know, it's a little late to be doing taxes. You're right, it is. I had to wait on some paperwork from Kubota, and by the time I got that paperwork, I had to try to make an appointment with my accountant, and she was booked up until yesterday. So, and she filed an extension, and you know, I don't know what she charges me for the extension. I want to say probably about $65 or $75, something like that. So no harm, no foul. You know, I normally like to take care of my taxes a little bit earlier, but this year was a little bit unique because of big purchases and stuff. You know, the skid steer, the $45,000 I spent on the skid steer down payment, and then all the little eonces of taxes that I don't know a lot about. She had to have certain paperwork where it shows all the interest paid last year, so I had to get an end of the year statement, but I only made one payment, you know, before the end of the year. So, but the $45,000 cash is something that is very significant in my little business. So, and then the, you know, the not 85,000, but the 8,500 that I bought the mulching head, right? The mulching brush cutter. So, and then, you know, last year I had some other purchases too earlier in the year. If you guys remember, I bought 2 lawnmowers. You know, I traded the Skag in for the new lawnmower, and then I bought the other lawnmower off of Jack Peaks over there, my dealer, for like $9,000. The one that he runs with the 801 engine on it. So I spent quite a bit of money last year Of course, I make good too, and you know, I try to have a balance, and but a lot of little things with taxes that I don't quite understand, and it's okay. I don't, you know, I don't claim to be a tax expert. The mere fact that I'm spending almost $16,000 a year in fuel is well, that's a lot of fuel, you know. But it's always a good relief to get the taxes behind me, because I really can't push forward with any kind of fury or tenacity when I know I still got to do my taxes, because it's something that well, you got to kind of see where you're at, you know. And there's a lot of complicated things going on there, like, you know, I sold the Bobcat, so you gotta report that money, and because that's all on, you know, that's all on paper, you know. I mean, so, and then you know, I traded the Skag in, so that creates another thing, because we had the Skag and some other little stuff. We had it stretched out to where it'd be, you know, take a little bit off every year. But with the laws the way they are this year, I you know, and I don't, you know, I don't question none of it, man, to be honest, man. And because I'm so bored with that shit, man, I can't. It's hard for me to keep my eyes open when I'm sitting there talking to her about money, and about you know, when I got all the paperwork, everything from the building. Then the building was another thing this year that you would think would be a nice write-off, but it's not. I mean, it's a write-off. Well, it should be, because it was. I certainly built it for the business, right? I didn't build it because I like buildings. Though I guess I do like buildings pretty good. You know? But contrary to what the YouTube videos show, I'm pretty funny with the money when it comes to the government and the taxes and all, because the government can and will run you out of business. You can't win. I don't get into battles I can't win. You know, that's why I'm a law-abiding citizen, because I know I can't win. I can't beat the government, you know. So, but the taxes are always the point of when I really start on the new season, you know, in my head. And I tried to get an appointment with her back in February, and we couldn't because Kubota hadn't sent me the proper year-end paperwork. And then I had a few things too that I was waiting on from the county taxes and all for the building too. So that threw me behind. It's okay. But that's enough about the taxes, y'all. It is what it is. I gotta pay a little chunk, but it ain't a problem. I'm just knowing what that chunk is well, that's very important, right? Yeah. Deuces. All right, y'all. That's a wrap on the day, man. It's 1 o'clock. I gotta be somewhere at 2 about another job. We did $800, so, and the trailer's doing fine. So far, so good. But, you know, now I got to get home, unload these mowers, and get everything in the shop, and get ready for the skid steer day tomorrow. So this whole afternoon is going to be, you know, after I get back, after I eat lunch, it's going to be dedicated to doing the skid steer job tomorrow. So yeah, but me and Toby, we do pretty good, man. Pretty freaking good. I'm a Sammy, and yeah. one thing I'm noticing about this year is I'm having a harder time stacking my money, man. I don't know, you know, what that's, you know, well, the numbers don't lie, but it just doesn't seem like the money's going very far, man. I'm not able to, you know, last year, man, I was just straight stacking. And really the only difference, obvious difference, is I got a skid steer payment, you know. But I hadn't been running the skid steer because I hadn't had no time. And in the weather, you know. You hate having a piece of equipment like that and seeing it sit. I mean, I don't hate that. I'm just saying that it's okay for it to sit, but it doesn't make as much sense for a machine like that to sit as it did for the T190. And that's what I'm in transition, because the T190 was paid for and had been paid for years. Now it could have broke down and been catastrophic failure at any given moment, as far as I was concerned. But the last year and a half I had it didn't have no breakdowns. But I had learned not to push it too hard either. Like, it couldn't push that mulcher I got. It wouldn't be able to push that. That's really the only thing that the only new additional payment that I have. And I even got rid of another payment on something else that I bought. I haven't taken on any new payments, you know, other than the skid steer, 700 and, you know. But if you go 3 weeks and don't work with it, then, you know, you can fall behind pretty quick, right? I mean, not behind. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, let's be honest, I just feel like right now I've invested so much in equipment and stuff that I'm at a low point, right? But my ceiling is really high, right? That's how I'm seeing it, you know, in my head, because of the inability right now. And we're making good money. Might have to do something a little bit different, right? You know, I'm open, you know. Well, y'all get open 2 o'clock every day. Yeah, but we're willing to take on more yards, and I guess that if we wanted to, if my guy was down for it, we could, you know, join 2 routes or whatever, or pull some off of this one and put it on that one, and pull some off of that one and put it on, you know. We might be able to do that and incorporate a few more $100 a day. But then, see, we would run, right now if we did that, we'd run out of work. You don't want to run out of work, but you want to have enough work. And I hadn't never really had a guy like Toby out here, so I'm in new territory, you know. That's all. But don't think that I won't master the territory, because I will. Because it's important to me, right? Damn, I got the pop everywhere. It's important to me to be good at what I do. I don't know, you know, beyond just the money. It's a given I'm gonna make good money, man. You know, that's how I think. You know, I'm grateful and thankful that I'm in a spot to make good money, but I'm not shocked or nothing. You know, hell, I expect that. But right now the business just seems to be in a low spot, and it's really in my head because I keep thinking, and then, you know, about, you know, $55,000 that I spent in the off season, cash money, and I keep going back to that, and I'm a little bit impatient on getting my money back, you know, because there's a lot of bread to just let go in the street, a lot. With the skid steer, $45,000, another $9,000 for the mulcher, the cutter mulcher,
And then, you know, I got about $15,000 in that truck. Yeah. So it ain't that my payments are higher, but or anything other than the skid steer. It's just, I don't know, man. I am paying, you know, Toby more money than I paid anybody else. But he's worth it all day long. I mean, he works hard, man. He does a great job, man. You know. And there's always things to learn on job. I learn every day. So he's got some stuff that he needs to work on. I got some shit I need to work on. And, you know, and the evolution continues. So, but man, me and him working together, we are a force for sure. Because he kind of thinks he kind of already thinks like I think, but after he gets, you know, but now that he's gotten to know me, right, he kind of can predict what I'm thinking because he's already thinking kind of the same thing anyway. I might just be a little more direct about how I do some stuff than some, you know, because well, you know, the guys that work with me out here, you know, they don't want to make no calls that's going to cost the business or a call that I wouldn't make. So, you know, and that's, I'd rather them be weary of making a call on something that's important than, you know, and it not work out. So they just refer to me and then they can't go wrong. That's what I do, you know, because I pay good and we don't work real hard. I mean, you know, it is lawn care, landscape work, so there is an inherent work hard motto that can go with it for sure. But I had a voucher. That's one thing I was going. I had a voucher with King Boots, right? And I got I ordered Toby a pair of boots. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna give them to him. The voucher was free to me, so yeah. I think they'll be coming tomorrow. I used to do that kind of thing with with some of the other guys out here. If I get benefits out here, you know, I don't mind damn. You know, I don't mind sharing benefits out here. If 9 times out of 10, if we get a tip, I don't even take none of it. I give it to whoever's working. We don't get many tips, but you know, sometimes we do. I charge. I charge, man. Yeah. So I don't know how much good footage I got today. It might just be just a little simple little video. And but Toby's working out great, and I think that we got a future. I mean, he could make a damn good living with this business, man. You know, if we can, you know, grow it and it makes sense, right? It's got to make sense, man. But I feel like right now I'm in not a bad spot. I'm in a little bit of in a spot where I've just invested a bunch of money into the business, and the crumbs aren't coming back fast enough. And, you know, is my thinking right now, and that might just be in my head, you know, because, you know, when I buy equipment and stuff, I need return on things, and I don't know how, I could look, but I want to say I probably generated $20,000 with the new skid steer easily. Oh yeah, I'm thinking, you know. So I don't know. That's not that good considering I've had it for 5 months. You know, 6 months. But I'm not missing a meal. See, if I was, you know, sitting at home twiddling my thumbs and his kids here was sitting there, then it'd be different. But I'm out here hustling and doing the lawn maintenance every day, just like I do every year. Just because I got a skid steer, I'm not going to change doing that. You know, because that is what's got it to the point to where I can, you know, invest in stuff like that. Just doesn't seem like the money's coming back fast enough, y'all. That's all. That's all. I just, you know. But my Sammy's sitting here, y'all. Deuces.